What is something more traumatizing than people realize? Life after cancer. People expect you to just be able to bounce back to normal and be happy from hearing you are cancer-free. In reality, the fear of reoccurrence eats away at you forever. Being an outcast, socially. I read somewhere that the brain registers it as physical pain, but don't quote me on that. As a non-smoker, do you find that all smokers have a noticeable odor? I used to smoke cigarettes and was also blind to it. I've not smoked a cigarette in about 10 years. To answer your question, yes. The maintenance guy came earlier this week and reeked of it. He left his notebook behind. It reeks too. You and all your stuff probably smell of it. I'm sorry. 100%. You can't not stink of cigarettes if you smoke. Like it's not possible. You smell, and so does all your stuff, your car, your clothes, your wallet, everything. I hate when I order a package online and open it and instantly can tell the shipper smoked. Boss said we must take lunch at 12 o'clock. So we did. Some folks aren't meant to manage. Makes you wonder what they were trying to accomplish by setting a hard and fast rule. This comes up at my job every so often, except in reverse. No lunches or breaks from 11:30 to 1:30. Great. Now employees, 8 to 10, are scrambling to take their breaks and lunches from 1:30 to the end of their shifts, usually 3:30. This usually lasts about a week, but they revive it every 6 months or so. People have short memories. Till, elderly Americans lost over $3 billion to scams in 2023. My mother-in-law has fallen for the "hello, I am calling from the Microsoft, your computer is full of viruses" scam not once, not twice, but 3 times. She was scammed between $2,000 and $3,500 each time. The first 2 times she sent them money, the third time they logged into her bank and sent themselves the maximum daily transfer amount. I work IT at a retirement community, LOL. AMA, this is my day every day. I was just talking to my wife yesterday about how the elderly aren't built for social media. They are preyed on so hard. It's depressing. Americans, how do you feel about Trump stopping funding for colleges that allow illegal protests? I wonder if he posted this today because he knows that what he's going to say later tonight is going to spark a lot of disapproval among educated people. He's laying the foundation for martial law. The first protest that gets a little rough will be the casus belli he's been chomping at the bit for. I wish we had real Congress and SCOTUS and some partially intelligent people in the cabinet. LPT, when hosting older people, play music from an era when they were in their 20s. I love this tip. I do it for my parents all the time. Or with our friends, that are much older than us, that we play crib with occasionally. Great LPT. First LPT I've seen in a long time that's actually clever. I'm going to try this next time I host older relatives. Visiting my grandchildren in 2070 and they're playing Brat on repeat. Till Ash Ketchum only caught 57 unique individual Pokemon over the course of the series, roughly 7% of the Pokemon available to him. Of course, that isn't quite the whole story. If one considers evolutions, then Ash has owned 98 Pokemon throughout the series, a more respectable 12%. The Pokédex considers evolving a Pokemon to be equal to catching a new Pokemon, so his Pokédex would register 98. Yeah, but he is tied with Mewtwo, so that counts for something. The games and the anime truly were marketed with different messages. He makes up for it with the sheer number of Toros face with tears of joy. But all 57 were trained with love, so there's that. Till that unescorted women prevented men from casually assaulting them in the early 1900s with a simple clothing accessory, the hat pin, and it was so effective as a weapon that laws were passed limiting its length in many states. I'm picturing late Victorian era women walking around with entire estocs in their hair. Outstanding. Love to see it. Till that after Germany beat Brazil 7-1 at the 2014 World Cup, Pornhub had to issue a plea to stop uploading highlights of the match to the site. There was a local pub who took 0.50 cent off the price of a pint of Erdinger for each goal score. The place was drank dry by the end of the match. Yeah, but it is a good wank. For a solid 15 minutes every single German shot resulted in a goal. It was like watching the heart of a nation being ripped from its chest and stamped on. Repeatedly. In front of an audience of billions. You could literally feel the devastation through the TV. I've never watched anything like it in my life. Till Thomas Jefferson wanted the official motto of the US to be "Rebellion to tyrants is obedience to God." When it was rejected, he appropriated it for his own seal. Virginia got close with "Sic semper tyrannies" and the titty out. I still really like E pluribus unum, and wish we could get back to that. Like Tim Robinson when they said no to his sketches on SNL and he did them on I Think You Should Leave. Till, in 2018, Samsung had a historic fat finger error where it accidentally gave every employee $9 million worth of shares in the company. The total amount distributed was $100 billion, more than 30x their market cap. Within 37 minutes, 16 employees sold and the stock tanked 11%. We once billed a customer £99,999.99 for a £9.99 mobile phone in 1999 and it went through. Common practice today is that insiders will have to get approval before being able to sell. Till Ben Stiller developed the premise for Tropic Thunder while shooting Empire of the Sun. He wanted to make a film based on the actors he knew who became self-important and appeared to believe they had been part of a real military unit after taking part in boot camps to prepare for war film roles. He skewered everybody, producers, directors, authors, asterisk I don't know what it's called. I only know the sound it makes when it takes a man's life asterisk. I don't drop character till I've done the DVD commentary. He would also give the notes he got back from the studio to Bill Hader for his character to say as lines in the movie. They got less notes after that happened a few times. Pump your brakes, kid, the man's a national treasure. Till that Jamie Hyneman was an early competitor in Robot Wars, where people design robots that fight each other, but his robot Blendo was deemed too dangerous for competition. Blendo pioneered the full-body kinetic energy spinner weapon, which later became common in battle bots. The robot featured a shell constructed from a wok and was powered by a lawnmower engine. Blades attached to the shell inflicted damage on its opponents. Sounds like an extreme version of Hypnodisc from the UK Robot Wars. Till Robin Williams used to trash-talk teenagers on Call of Duty, and described the series as cyber cocaine. If Robin Williams ever told me that he slept with my mom, I'm not sure if I'd take it as an insult or a compliment. Being trash-talked by Robin Williams would be a fucking honor. 07. Like and subscribe.